Hi, is my mic working? Is my mic working, guys? Can I cross check it? Just a second. Is my mic working? Hi. Is my mic working? Yes. Well, it is sorry guys for the delay. There was I didn't want to start this late, but this has been a while since I've started my live stream. It's been so much days, and it's been so many days since I have made a live session or do any live streaming in this YouTube channels. I used to do that, but when I was back in my school days, when I used to record some gameplay videos and do some live stream at that time. So there has been discontinuation in how do streaming works now, and there has been some changes to it. First we used some other software, but now we are using some other software. Well, yeah, anyways, we are starting our live session for the day, and this is a Monday special, and welcome to this night study session. And this is going to be a 2-hour study session. I think it's 2 hours for this time, and this is my first time streaming, and I just want to try it. If it works, then yeah, we will continue it in a week or 2 basis. So yeah, let's just start. And first of all, let's begin with something more of my thing, which is cat daily articles at night time. But I want to show you how do I do my cat analysis of my cat mocks. Not mocks, sorry. It's hard recording. There's a huge difference when you're recording and when you are doing a live streaming. You can't miss. You have to think about the words on. Yeah. Let's just continue. Can I just take a second? There is some latency in the webcam. I don't know why. Why is there so many latency? But if it doesn't affect us, let's just continue. Well, yeah. So we are back to our life, and well, let's just say that these are the articles which I usually pick up in the day, and cracku is the best deal. I can also do it on CL, but I can't because there is a copyright feature. My student ID would be shown on that if I try to record it and stream it in the CL. Because of that, they can't, they can just take down my course so I'll not take the risk on CL. I'll just continue with cracku. So today's article, and let's just pick up. I've read this one. Our coordination reading, I've done this, and I've done this too. This is too much. Only 5 minutes of read. If it's 25 minutes, then it's going to be around an hour, so I can't just use this. So let's just go with the flag as a symbol of prejudice, not pride, and distinct a menace. Welcome to England 2025. And this is The Guardian. Well, yeah, that's fine. Status. So let's just start with it, and we'll map it along the way. So flag is a symbol of prejudice, not pride, and a distinct air of menace. Welcome to England 2025, John Harris. So it's an society-based article. So let's just start. So, this article is complete and I didn't read it aloud. I don't know because it's a better thing to do. So, yeah, let's just talk about the article and what was it about. So, reading the article, it's not that easy to elaborate, and it's somewhat of those articles which really nags you and you can't just understand it simply by just reading it once or twice. So, not wasting the time, I don't usually try to stick onto a word and don't try to understand it all. So the thing which I did was I usually mark alongside some of the passages and some of the keywords of this paragraph. And this is a trick which would work if you are in a situation where let's say that in a situation where you are in CAD, you would not. It's not a good idea to pick up these kinds of sets, because if you can't understand this, it's a better idea to just leave it, because all the sets are giving you the same answer and just wasting your time at one set in around 10 minutes to complete the set and not able to understand it is not a good deal. And somewhat and the idea which was about this passage was I was able to understand that the whole idea was that the recent struggles in the England and the new flag raisers who are trying to is this working? Let's just try this first. I'm sorry if you're not able to hear me. This is not a suitable setup and I'm just trying to make all the use out of it. So yeah, there was I. So this article is somewhat an article which is more of a verbivore and something which I was not able to completely understand. So I just did what was possible in this and just mark some of the keywords. And when there is a chance when I'm going back to the question, I'll just do what is best. Um, um, just wait, guys. There is something which I have to configure. My uh, webcam has stopped. I don't know. Yeah, so the complete crux was not, like I was saying, that it's if it's not feasible for you to able to map the RC correctly, or you if there is a problem in understanding the RC, it's better if you go with the keyword strategy. And like, let's just say that this was it for the this was it for this day. Well, what about now? Let's what we can do now. Um, let's just say, can you wait for a minute? I just have to close this off. Uh, I'll be back with something. So, when we are completed with the article, as we are, let's just dive into something which is easier for us to do. Let's just pick up the set which I gave in the cat, and it was cat slot 2. Is this name? I don't want to give this in the test format. Where it is, where is it, where is it, where is it? Mock. And let's just go to the trusty cracku for this, and let's just pick up the set which I gave in the cat. Let's just with this. So here's the cat, and here's slot 2. And thanks, cracku. And let's just start with this. Um, let's start with VARC first, and we'll pick some questions for of this set. And I'll pick the infamous RC set of this slot, which was the carnivore one. And the thing was, when we gave the cat 2024 slot 2, that whole slot had contradicting answers, and everyone was confused that this is not the correct answer, and everyone was really confused that how can this be the answer. So let's just, it's a good thing, and I think it's a good set to start with. And sometimes in the cat, this would actually happen. And VARC is just known for this whole idea that you can't be 100% sure you will get a good accuracy in VARC because it always fluctuates, even for the best for the best. Where is the set? Spices. This is also one of the sets which I did, and yeah, this is the one which I'm talking about. Uh, I can annotate this. If I can annotate this one. Well, sadly I can't. So let's just think of it this way, that this is the set, and you can also begin with this, and I'll just also begin with this too. So let's just start, and I'll take block. Let's okay. Let's just not 10. Let's do this 10 minutes, not 9. Yeah, you can also begin with this, and we will discuss in the later stages. So yeah, let's begin, and let's try to get more of it. So, well, I'm done with the article and in 4 minutes. Well, I've done this article, so this is so yeah, you can say that I'll be able to complete it far more easily. So for the people who are not able to do it and are waiting, so if anyone wants to, they can just easily mute me, and rest of them can continue. When while some of the people can come with me. So this whole RC was based upon the human carnivore attacks, which was the main crux of this passage, and why are they attacking the humans? And the passage gave around 3 reasons, 3 to 4 reasons around why are predators coming coming into the urban areas, and the attacks are being and there is a rise in the number of attacks in the increasing number of years. So they have given some reasons. First is natural based aggression, and then there comes the food based aggression. Then comes something which is a human error, human caused aggression, and then there is something which is a climate change, and this part is still not completely it's not something which we can completely focus on and trust on. So, and there are finite resources and the likelihood where it can happen. So this was the whole crux. And let's just go to the first question of this passage. What is the significant factor that contributes to habituation of carnivores to human presence? So let's just okay, then let's just do our questions, and after that we'll meet again. So we are done, and if others have completed as well. So let's just continue. Well, the article, the RC was about the carnivore attacks, as I've mentioned, and the whole crux was behind why are these attacks getting increased, why the attack numbers are getting increased, why are predators attacking humans, why is there an increase in occurrence of the human predator meals. So yeah, you just get the idea that there's been increase in that number. They have given the reasons, and let's just start with the first answer. For that, I have to go to cracku. Um, cracku, but then yeah. So we are back to the question. So for the first one, answer is D. So if anyone else has gotten the answer, good job. And someone who has not gotten the answer, I'll try to explain it according to the passage. What is the significant factor that contributes to habituation of carnivores to human presence? Like, what is the thing which increases the habituations of habituation means the habit of human presence, like they are used to it. So first one is the aggression by the carnivores exerted by the human interference, particularly when they're safeguarding their own spring. This is not the significant factor. This is already mentioned in the passage. It's just one of the things which can be a reason. Increased scarcity due to climate change, forcing carnivores to venture outside their natural habitat in search of sustenance. This is not also not something which we can clearly rely upon, as it was mentioned that this point have to be clearly mentioned in the paragraph that climate change is not something which can be sustained in the paragraph. Third, predatory perception of human as potential prey within the carn. Like this is not even some question. They don't view human as they, as a potential prey for their food chain. This goes out of the hand. And the last one, reduction of carnivores and instinctive fear response resulting from their reliance on humans providing food. So this was already mentioned. Why is there an increase in carnivores presence in, like why are they getting used to it? Because of the reliance on human to provide food. So let's to the next question. Given the insight provided by the fellow research and the Vixen statement, which of the following conclusion can be drawn about the relationship between landscape heterogeneity and human carnivore conflicts? So my answer was D, and it is correct. And as the passage mentioned, that the vast rural landscape and with various heterogeneity and landscape heterogeneity increases the chances of human carnivore conflict. So easy, D mentions it, and less prone contradicts, reduces the chances contradicts, uniform agriculture, high rates. And the thing was, C would also be a good answer, but then C is a trap. Why? Because the passage mentioned that it's a statistical probability. This might happen, this will not happen, this might happen. So this is something which is also makes a difference. And the thing was, this was the question which I picked in my previous attempt, and I learned the hard way. So yeah, this was D, and yeah, as it's mentioned in the paragraph, the passage did not state the homogeneous mention. High rates of conflict due to predictability. It's just a statistical. It's just a probability of happening. Let's go to the next one. Which of the following statement if false would be inconsistent with the concerns raised in the passage regarding the drivers of carnivorous human conflict? My answer was C, but It's wrong. So, well, yeah. Um, let's just see why is not C the answer. It was B. It was A. So why is it not C? B. Yes. Why is it not C? Hmm, okay, which was irrelevant. Okay. So anyone who's gotten this right, well done. Let's go to the next one. Last question of this set, and what is it? According to the passage, which of the following scenario would most likely to exacerbate the frequency of carnivore human conflict? For anyone who doesn't know the meaning of exacerbate, it means increase. So my answer was D, and it is right. Well, which will increase. So food waste management will decrease. Impact is not addressed, and if it is an addressing impact of climate change and availability of resources and wildlife. It is supporting, so it would not exhibit. It would decrease in the effect. Would attempting to to secure you, like yeah, this was mentioned by the by some of the scientists that people should avoid taking risky shots when near some animal. So yeah, that was easy. And then last, unleashing dog with the pet owners and with high concentration of large carnivores, like in the coyote example with someone like if there's a high concentration of something and and you unleash your dog and there's a high chance that you will be able to encounter a carnivore. So yeah, this was it, and I've gotten 3 right out of 4. Um, not bad, but not good either, as this is already this I have already given this, so not a good attempt. Well, moving on, and this is let's do one more set which I gave in my cat. So in total, I gave around three sets in my attempt, and the second question which I'm talking about is the spice one, and this was also one of the good sets, and it was an interesting set when I was doing in the cat. So let's do that. Where is it? 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 And let's do one thing. We can do it together. As yeah, this was it. So this is RC number 2, and let's start. Spice were a global commodity centuries before European voyage. Let's just avoid it. I can't take the stress of about a teacher. Let's just leave it up to you. You can read it, and yeah, I'll tell you my experiences aside after completing the RC. Well, I didn't tell you about the first one, but let's just complete it after doing this one. So let's start the timer again, and okay. Sorry. So I'm done with this passage again, and 6 minutes and 4 minutes to spare. So what was this passage about? Well, about the spice and how why is spice so influential, the use of spice, the European perception, and then at last why such high price, and then ending with something of more of a conclusion. So yeah, let's start begin with the question, and we'll meet after some times. Well, I'm done with the questions, and let's start with reviewing them. So the yeah, so the first one I marked D, but it's not increasing availability. I thought this could be a reason. I was not sure about this. Well, let's check it. Why wasn't it not D? The passage states that the passage spices played a significant role in cooking, balancing out changes in the European taste or culinary practice. Yeah, I think I should have noticed this part. Well, for the next one, I choose A, and yeah, it is A, as you can't arrive on this part. You can't arrive on the part where why is the pepper hot. If people were to believe the story and would be able to conclude that the pepper is costly because it's hard to harvest them, it's not available, seems a bit awkward, a bit weird, but this might be a reason that they should not go and harvest black pepper themselves. It is no surprise that yeah, this could also be when if it's covered by snakes. That's why the supply is limited for that. Well, the next one I choose B, and it is B. Well, we can't conclude the part where it is said that India was colonized for gold, spice and gold. So it's an alien concept. We can say out of context to the passage. And the last question which I marked was B. Yeah, which was also true. Like uh, all of the following are unlikely to happen, and except something which can happen. And medieval map would be used to be navigational lag. Uh, hardly could be used hardly. The prices of spices would decrease. Don't know. The prices would no longer be considered exotic. Doesn't somewhere of out of context of the passage. We can't agree on these three parts. And yeah, last for three. Well, I think I wanted to do a bit more session of do a bit more of a live session, but I had to come. There were so many problems when I was doing this, when starting this live session. Thank you. So, where was I? Well, I had to encounter so many problems when starting this live session. I expected a bit more better return and a bit more better engagement. I shouldn't say engagement. I was not doing it for views. Well, uh, well, I was not doing it for just doing it for the first time, and there have been so many problems. The webcam was not working properly, and there was took a time to set up my voice, then to set up this screen. So for the first time, it's not bad, but I think I'm able to see where was the problem, and for the next time, before starting this live, I'll counter them and start a better life. Well, yeah, this was it, and hope you. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this live session, and I could have done a bit more, but I'm encountering so many problems for the first time. So yeah, just end it right here, and maybe in the next live I'll try to overcome these problems, and we'll make a better live next time. So yeah, this was it for this night session. Short one, but a good one. So uh, yeah. Oh wait, I was not able. I didn't tell you about my CAT 2024 experience. I was telling a lot about it. I should do this justice. I should not stop this live right now. Well, let's just say this was the cat, and these were the two passages which I gave in the cat. And though, and I mentioned that these two sets were most controversial sets. When we were answering them in the cat, we thought that these answers were correct, but when we came out of the set and once when we try this question on ourselves, we noticed one thing: nothing was controversial and everything was doable. There are few questions like the third question which could have been answer A, but this was one of the questions in the carnivorous human interaction, which was the third one, and I think this was one of the controversial questions which were asked most, and most of the people were asking on this question that this question is not right, and this might be option C. So
This whole set was on a limelight where everyone was saying that this answer key is not correct and the answer seems vague. But when we came out of the set and once we tried making sense out of it, we kind of did. We were not able to make sense of some questions, but then when once we were out of the test center, we noticed something. When you have messed up your exam, you have messed up your exam. There is nothing, there is nothing you can do to just justify your attempt. Whether to blame the examiner or whether to, whether to just blame anyone, the CAT authorities who set the paper, doesn't matter. And as for my own attempt, I'm not proud of what I did in CAT. I was in the mocks. I was scoring far more better. Like in the end days, my score was around 70s, 60s and 70s, and I was feeling a bit confident. And as people were saying, and my teachers were saying that this is a good score, and if the paper come and if a paper comes like uh previous to CAT 23, somewhat like CAT 23, you can if you are scoring around 60s and 70s, you are doing fine. And even in this attempt, even if I was able to score in this range, this would have been surely it would have been around 88 and 90 percentile, but not good. I was not preparing for this percentile. I was preparing for 99, and when you are not able to achieve something which you were practicing for, it hurts. And something which I've noticed is when you are outside and you are giving the questions, this is the thing which comes into your mind and tells you, even though you did wrong in this day, there is something which you can learn from this previous attempt. And this is what I'm learning from this previous attempt. The questions which I'm saying that this might be wrong, this the attempts which I gave in my previous attempt was wrong, and now I'm able to guess the right answer. It could be that I have already given the set, so I have to memorize the answer. But then, honestly speaking, it's not about memorizing, and it doesn't help me if I'm memorizing the exams, the answers. It doesn't have helps me. So let's just say that yeah, it was not good, a not good attempt, but there's many things which I've learned from this. And one thing which I would tell you that this should be in your mind when you are practicing is that people would say and your teachers would say that just be calm in the paper. But being frank and being honest, it's not. Really, it's not. And the whole hype behind CAT is that this is one of the most important exams in your life. Don't treat it as one of the most important exams. Don't make it NEET JEE. Please don't make it NEET or JEE. Just keep it simple and remember that if you want to score, you have to remember one thing. You will panic in the D-Day, but how to manage the panic and how to manage and just navigate through the exam is the main thing which should be your goal in your paper. Because the main thing, if you're able to handle yourself in the pressurized situation and when there you can, if you are able to handle the pressure, and usually you go in the exam center around 2 hours before the test starts. So you have to sit there around half an hour, around 1.5 hours, or maybe 2 hours. You have to sit in that chair. You can't move, you can't do anything. Once you are in the hall, you are in the hall. You can't go for the washrooms, you can't go for anything. If you are going for something, someone will accompany you, and that would um, that would just break your concentration. So yeah, Few advice in the D-Day. Uh, First advice is just check the center, whichever center you get, and go to that center, memorize the route, and go at the time which is suitable. Don't go too early, don't go too late. Because if you go in too early, you have to wait for around 1.5 and 2 hours, which is a lot, and the pressure will build up. Second thing is don't go too late, because once and there is a lot of crowd, it would take a lot of time, and it would take a lot of time to get settled into your positions and get you assigned. The invigilator would take time for the invigilator to just get you assigned your system. So just go in somewhere around hour mark. Sit for an hour. Don't think anything. Don't think about anything. And when you're in that exam, be calm and just be focused. And also, once you are around a D-Day, and once the exam is closing in, around 20, like is the exam is on 30th of November. 28, 29 should be your rest day. You don't go anywhere. You just relax, sit in your home, don't get sick, and be healthy. Yeah. Well, this was it for the day, and uh, could have done a better life, but it's a first time being live on this channel, and first time, and it's hard to set up all things. So yeah, well, this was it for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, yeah, goodbye and have a nice day. And you can just go back and scroll any of the things which you want to see. So yeah, this was it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.